Hey, what's going on, everyone? Vega here for SerpentX Tech, and in this video we'll be taking a look at Qubic, a AI compute project, right, that utilizes users' hardwares to run workloads or train AI models depending on the data sets. But it's grown in popularity primarily in the CPU mining space, with GPU mining capabilities being optimized right now. The project is still growing, and while I'm not going to be focusing on the mining aspect, I will showcase some of the steps, at least the initial steps in getting involved in the Qubic ecosystem. And I want the main focus to be on the auditing of not only the more popular miner that's out there, the Qubic.Li, but also the web wallet, which is, they have a desktop version right now, but plans to update to a newer GUI wallet. Whereas the current wallet is just a web wallet wrapped up in a container for the desktop environment. So I'm going to have all of that for you in today's video. First off, what is Qubic? Well, on their website, they say it's basically proof of useful work, but they say useful proof of work, and it's an L1. Now, there's a couple excerpts here on their documents, which they do a really good job with their website, their document, their presentation, and they're still building, they're still optimizing. So good job to the team there. But the Qubic ecosystem pushes the boundaries of the traditional proof of work by employing AI training tasks in its consensus mechanism. Here, validators, known as computers, backed by miners, often referred to as AI miners, utilize AI models to solve intricate training tasks instead of conventional mathematical puzzles, right? So you're deploying, basically miners are mining on behalf of the validators or the computers. The function of the AI training for proof of work, it says here that in its approach, the network presents AI models with intricate training tasks such as processing large data sets or training machine learning models on specific problems. The paradigm shift ensures that the work done by the computers, right, like the validators and stuff, is not just for maintaining network security, but also contributes to real-world applications and services. Now, on the website here, you can see the future decentralized AI layer 1 blockchain. There's a number of projects in the AI space that say the word decentralized, but it's very hard to be decentralized because really the workloads that you're implementing or providing to the network for the renderers or the miners to work on has to be in some form or fashion centralized. So there's kind of a catch-22 there, but we'll see. The project is new. We're still learning more and more about it every day, and I'm interested in the project. Right now, there's a few wallets available. We can see we got the web wallet here, which if we go to it, it's just a standard web wallet. We could create a vault, or we can import one. They got the desktop wallet, which I already have pulled up, and I'm going to show you here in just a second. Then they got the mobile and browser extension. Now, the browser extension, just like any other extension, you can add, right? You're going to have to allow your browser to let you install third parties. And then for the mobile devices, same thing. It's an APK. You're going to have to allow your phone, or tell your phone to allow you to install the APK software. Now, I already have the releases pulled up. For the wallet, here are the APKs. We're just focusing on the exe and .zip, so a desktop wallet. But again, it's just a web wallet or the web wallet wrapped up in a container and then presented to the desktop environment. And it's not really a full node or full like a core wallet. It reminds me more of an Electrum wallet, but we'll talk more about that in just a moment. As far as what the wallet looks like, let me go ahead and bring this up. You basically got your basic DLL files. The data, don't worry about the data folder. The data folder is primarily just assets, fonts, stuff like that. But the DLLs are all relevant to the Qubic Wallet.exe, which is right here. And when we open that up, it's going to say, hey, there's missing files. Would you like us to download it, or do you want the manual instructions? You just hit download automatically. It installs whatever assets it needs from the GitHub, and you can see where the actual files are. And then you need to create a new ID. If you don't have one already, you just click add new, give it an account name, and then you can choose to create a random, or if you already have a private seed like from your web wallet, you can import that private seed. Just don't share that with anybody, obviously, because then you're just giving away the funds to your wallet or access to your wallet. But just give it a name, click create random. It's going to generate a random seed. If you guys want to steal the seed, go ahead. There's no funds in this wallet, nor do I ever plan to mine it. But then there is our public ID, and that public ID is important. So make sure you save all of that as it states here. Back up your private key, never share it, don't paste it to unknown websites or apps, so on and so forth. And then there you can see our wallet address, basically, right here at the bottom. So your Qubic ID is in the wallet. There is our wallet address. We can send, we can receive, we can do all kinds of stuff. And then down at the bottom, there's only a few buttons. Like you got the Explorer that's built into it, the Block Explorer. You got the transfer button in the middle there, and then you can see like transactions on certain blocks and other stuff. Not a lot of detail in here, but again, they're working on a desktop wallet that should be coming out eventually in the future, so just be patient or hang tight. And then the settings section, you can basically just log out. You can biometric lock, change password, wipe wallet data, and then here's the wallet info where it takes you to the download site or says you can provide donations if you choose to. One of the first things I would recommend anybody to do is to join their Discord. It is going to go through a walkthrough and like vetting process, so to speak. Give you a little bit of information about the project, so on and so forth. Takes you to the must-read section where it takes you to all the links and available exchanges that it's on, or centralized exchanges, the Medium articles, its official Twitter, Telegram, so on and so forth. Because obviously, as projects get bigger, fake accounts show up on these various social media outlets. But it takes you to all the official links, gives you additional information like where they showed up on Bitcoin Talk back in 2012, what roles to sign up for example, Qubic, social media booster, computer notification. So if you want to be a validator, a miner, you just want to be a Qubic holder, whatever it might be, you just choose your roles. Those roles and privileges will obviously help you out in the server itself. But this is just the basic walkthrough on their Discord. I signed up for all the mining and basic project information, and it just says say hello. And once you complete all those steps, you're in the server, you're good to go. You can start looking around through general chat, the mining channel, all that good stuff. So as far as mining this cryptocurrency, Rabbit Mining did a really good job providing you a guide, and the audit's just going to focus on the Qubic.Li Miner as well as the pool itself. But the Discord is filled with a lot of great information, pinned comments, as well as individuals who would try to provide you some guidance as best as possible. Just be patient because, again, this project is growing. They're still transitioning. They're still doing updates, and there might be some issues here and there. But the first step is to subscribe to a pool, and I have that pulled up. If we basically go down, you can see there's a fixed reward of 85%, so just bear that in mind. If we scroll down, there's a subscribe button that's going to show up, and we just click subscribe and confirm, and then we are good to go. We're just going to need to grab our token, which shows up at the top of the website. If you click show token and put that in our JSON file, I'm going to show you an example in just a sec. And here we are. So there's only two things once you download the file from the GitHub. There's only really two things that you need to be worried about, and that is the QLI client, and then there's app settings. Right click, edit Notepad, Notepad++, whatever you want. And you can see here there's a token already in here. Replace that with the token that is provided at the top of the website when you hit show token. Number of threads. If you don't know how to find out your threads, you can always Google your CPU. Otherwise, go to Task Manager, Performance, and you'll see down here at the bottom 16 cores, 32 threads. Don't always go maxing it out because maxing it out won't always get you the best results. Just play around with it. Maybe I'll try 30. Maybe I'll try 28 threads instead of 32. Maybe that'll get me better performance, so on and so forth. And then you can see that the base URL is already set here by the pool. That's the pool we're going to be mining on. Again, not the only pool, and more should be coming in the future. Payout ID, if you're going to use Qubic.Li app, you don't really need to worry about that. Just put in your access token and then update the alias to whatever your worker name is or the worker name that you want. Save that JSON file. And then once you save that JSON file, you just double click the QLI client, and then you should be hashing away. What that looks like is something like this. It starts the client. It says the client version 1.8.9, which is the one we tested on Yeti.uk. AI training started. Shows the alias ID. If you didn't put a worker name, it would just be the default. CPU version. And there's a difference between AVX2 and AVX512. It just depends on the system and the CPU that you're running and the instruction set supported. But AVX2 is primarily for like maybe older Ryzen and Intel, while AVX512 would be for, some of the newer gen RDNA type CPUs. Just really depends on the version. But again, a lot of this good information is in the Discord. I haven't tested out this miner. This is the other miner right here. Or I have tested it out, but I haven't tested it as far as auditing it through Yeti.uk. Speaking of which, let's get into the audit because I know that's what you're really here for. I provide some basic information about the project, basic stuff that you can get off the website. Went through all the various files inside this Again, a web wallet wrapped in a container for your desktop environment. Stay tuned for the full GUI wallet that the team is working on. And pretty much everything is good to go. There were some false positives, some items of note, but we did track the network stats and statistics. It's connecting to the servers or the various validators and nodes out there over port or to port 443, depending on the IP. You'll see that in your various tests. Over UPnP, 5,000 to 56,000. And there were some items of note where there's a lot of protection from reverse engineering. Like, and I can understand it's open source, right? And it specifies open source in a number of different areas and how important that is to the ecosystem. Where did I put it? Yeah, right up here in this section here. Let me read this to you. So Qubic is a community-driven project, completely open source and under anti-military license. So decentralized, open source, but they do have some protections in place to try to prevent, at least the wallet does, to try to prevent some, reverse engineering and stuff like that. We had miners in the past try to manipulate and try to get an edge in the system. So that's to be expected. Nothing too crazy. I didn't see anything crazy happening over the network. But yeah, it's gonna give some false positives, but nothing that would be of concern. However, just like we always recommend, don't install any new software, any new wallet, any new anything on your dedicated day-to-day system. Always install it on a secure network environment. I didn't see a roadmap, but maybe I missed it. But I say here, roadmap is not available on the website or in their docs. I also say that there's an unofficial white paper on their website and it links to their Qubic blog. Total supply, you can see it here, max supply, fully diluted supply, so on and so forth. But it's interesting to me, right? As we continue to progress in this AI blockchain area or ecosystem that continues to grow, this project definitely has my eye on it, and been playing around with it and enjoying it and just talking with the community in the Discord. But nothing in the wallet itself, at least this version, which is the web wallet, would draw my attention to it. So Yeti Audits, again, recommends installing software from official sources and running newer services, wallets, or software offered by a particular entity on a separate but secure network environment. Yeti Audits does not endorse this project nor condemn it. Use this information at your discretion. And then the Qubic.Li Miner itself, which is the Qubic client and a few other things that once you start it, virus total score, hybrid scores right here. It attempts to mitigate reverse engineering attempts, right? So it's kind of similar to the wallet itself, which is understandable. The mining pool or validator found at app.Qubic.Li developed the miner specifically for Qubic, right? And there's another pool out there that I think has its own miner, which is the one we talked about earlier, this one right here. So we might see more pools and more mining devs start to support it. We'll see how things go. Right now, you can mine it with your GPU, but it's more profitable with the CPUs, in my opinion. The client was able to download runners, which then performs the AI training task. This can potentially be used in a bad manner. Run the client with the least privileges which are possible. Now, this is a note directly from the Qubic.Li GitHub. This is them warning that the client is able to download runners, which then perform the AI training task, and somebody with ill intentions could potentially use it in a bad manner. Do not run it as administrator or with elevated privileges, whether on your own Windows or Linux. So just bear that in mind. They also cite the principle of least privilege through Wikipedia, which I provided. You can either mine to their pool by registering on their website or omit registration through the following steps, and I posted those steps. Lastly, while it's possible to mine with your GPU, it appears CPUs perform better. However, as the project progresses, we may see further changes and optimizations that may balance out the hardware performance. And again, Yeti does not endorse nor condemn the project or software. So that is basically it in a nutshell. If you want more details on how to mine this token, go check out Rabbit Mining's video. But it's fairly simple, and if you follow through the Discord, the pinned comments, and the GitHub itself, the README, it will get you up and running in no time. And you can mine with your CPUs, whether they're Intel and AMD. AMD just seems to perform better than Intel, and then GPUs can mine it. But again, it feels like the CPUs have a little bit of an edge. That might change as things continue to progress. You might tell me something different months later after this video is released. But that is all I wanted to share with you. Just a review of the wallet, the Qubic wallet itself, which stay tuned for the update from the team when they come out with their full-blown GUI desktop wallet. I believe it should be a GUI desktop wallet. It might be a full node. We'll see. And then the miner itself, but that's the pool that developed that, or the pool developer that created that miner, the Qubic.Li Miner. And there's another one out there that I have not tested. But either way, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Sorry for the long video, but do me a favor on the way out, hit the like button, make sure to get subscribed, hit the notification button to stay up to date, as well as check out additional links in the description. That will support the channel and what we do here. And you just have yourself a wonderful day. Take care. I'll catch you next one.